Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News, and we've got a update on a story that broke last year regarding Jubilee from Ben Higgins' season of The Bachelor. She was arrested for a DUI. She has reached a plea deal just announced by TMZ. No DUI. We'll get into what actually went down there. And hey, maybe this is a good, video to have the days leading up to New Year's Eve. No one wants to be stuck in a situation like this. It's expensive, it's humiliating, and, it can lead to way worse things like killing somebody. So we'll get into this story here. Bachelor star Jubilee Cops plea deal in DUI case, 12 months probation. Of course, they use the sexiest photo of Jubilee that's out there. The irony of Jubilee is, Jubilee is the name for celebrating an event. And, of course, nothing much to celebrate here other than not having a DUI on her record. Jubilee won't end up having a DUI blemish on her criminal record, but she sure is being treated like someone who got convicted for it. This as her case comes to an end. The ex-Bachelor star pled guilty last week to 2 counts, willfully refusing to sign and accept a summons or citation, and reckless driving causing injury to property or person. Now, a lot of times people do a plea deal because it's just quicker and less expensive than going through a whole process. So they were like, look, just plead guilty to these other charges, go to community service, do X, Y, and Z, and it'll be, you'll go back to having a normal life. Which stinks, because if you don't have the right defense attorney, or if you don't have the money that can fight these charges, you might be not get off, or I'm sorry, not get off here, like Jubilee definitely did. I mean, this is for anyone who's been in this position, this is by all means a win for her. So here's her mugshot. Like she said, she pled guilty to willfully refusing to sign and accept a summons or citation and reckless driving charges. Again, way better than the charges of a DUI, but of course we know exactly what happened. As a result of her plea deal, Jubilee is facing 12 months probation as part of the deal. According to court docs obtained by TMZ, she'll have to complete a DUI education course, attend a victim impact session, do 75 hours of community service, and pay hundreds in fines. Again, way more expensive than getting an Uber in the first place. Just a nice reminder for all of us, get an Uber, get a Lyft. Jubilee will also be without her car for over a week, and when she does get it back, she'll have an ignition interlock device to make sure she isn't boozing and driving. I feel like all cars should have this. I know we don't like the whole thing, like we don't want the government following us around and that, but like, wouldn't it be nice to just have one of these booze ignition interlock devices? Although I've been told from people that have these, they just get a friend to blow into the device. But what kind of friend is that? If you get someone else to blow into your ignition interlock device, they should also be charged with a DUI or an accessory to a DUI. What do I know? I'm not a judge. As we reported, Jubilee was arrested on suspicion of drunk driving 2 years ago after a cop found she'd crashed her car. He described her as looking smashed, noting she failed all the field sobriety tests, then refusing to blow for a breathalyzer. All things considered, she's lucky she walked away from this the way she did. Absolutely, she's very lucky. Now, the original article here, they said 2 years ago, but this was February 2020. Okay, yeah, it was approaching 2 years ago. So this has been, in her mind for 2 years now. She was released following her initial arrest. She refused to blow a breathalyzer in her initial, all the details that we already discussed here. Not much to say there. But of course, we have to compare her mugshot to Victoria Larson's, also in Florida. Of course, Victoria was got a mugshot for stealing from a Publix grocery store. And again, I'm not going to compare which one's worse. Obviously, the potential for Jubilee to cause harm is way worse than stealing. But stealing, you might say, is more, listen. If someone gets a DUI charge the first time, listen, for people to say, like, you should never drink and drive, that's the absolute truth. You should never put yourself in harm's way along with other people. It's wild out there what people think they can get away with. With that said, we don't know the circumstances of her arrest. I don't know if she was on cough medicine. Who knows? I have no idea. But I do know that in these scenarios, there's conflicting advice on what to do. Here's an article, why you should think twice before refusing a breathalyzer, and then another article saying why you should always refuse a breathalyzer. Which one do you do? I'll tell you this, in this scenario here, Jubilee refusing the breathalyzer, it obviously led to other issues with the judicial system, but refusing the breathalyzer essentially gave the cops it didn't give them the probable cause they would have needed to make this a slam dunk case. So, I mean, if you're ever in that scenario, I mean, look at your state laws, because I'm not here to give anyone any legal advice here. I don't know what to tell you to do, but it's a very it's a very cautionary tale for everyone out there to just not drink and drive in the first place. I'm not making excuses for Jubilee. It's a bad situation for her and for anyone else that would be strung along with this situation. And hopefully, whatever came about from all of that, she learned her lesson. Now we know Jubilee was on Ben Higgins' season of The Bachelor, and then she did 2 separate seasons of Bachelor in Paradise. Will we see her again in the Bachelor world? Not really sure. We'll have to find out. Let me know what you guys think about all this, and of course, as a general public service announcement from my channel to yours during the holiday season, make sure you don't get in a car impaired or get in a car with anyone else who is impaired. Set up your driving, situation ahead of time. Call a Uber, whatever. I sound like an old person. Call it. Did you call an Uber yet? All right, folks, we'll talk to you in a little bit. That's your story.